What is up, sports fans? Welcome back to the Sports by Fry channel. Thank you for tuning in via podcast or YouTube. I'm Fry, that is JLo, and we are discussing our AFL Fantasy teams. You've had a big day, so...
It was a big day, a big couple days, so I might be a little flat today.
I was just going to say, anything that gets not taken out of context, that's not the right word, but misquoted, or any numbers that don't go right according to plan, that's your little exception.
Are you tired, mate?
Yeah, I'm knackered.
I reckon you might be the one we've got to worry about.
Probably.
After that sentence.
Yeah, I don't really know what I was going for there. Anyway, enough about me talking shit. Let's talk about our descending AFL fantasy teams. Or are you confident?
No, I'm confident. My midfield props me up so much.
That's true.
I'm never scared I'm going to have a shocking week.
It's funny. I'll ask you this after, but I shuffle all my players around a certain order, but I shuffled mine out to make my defence and forward line look complete. But now my midfield looks kind of shitty because I got Mickey Walters in there. I got my last rookie, so...
He might have 120.
Yeah, I could... Dangerfield's in my forward line now as well, though, which makes that look...
Size, your rookie mid?
Nah, a Hearn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took a Hearn out, but... Yeah, it's okay, but yeah, it's funny to look at my midfield and then look at all these other people high up on the rankings and see, Josh Kelly, Gaff, all these McRae, all these loaded teams, and I'm like, well, yeah, I got Lockie Neal. He's all right.
Well, we're big proponents of the whole. I think it's won and lost in the backs and mids, backs and forwards, not the mids. Because like we say all the time, you can get 100 from plenty of blokes who are midfield listed, but you can't get 100 from all. Well, there's six. There's 6 defenders you're probably lucky to get 9 from.
There's 6 defenders that are, I think, the top 6. Yeah. In the forwards, you could probably pick any of the top 15 as the top 6. And in the midfield...
There's the top 3 and then...
Yeah, there's a few that are probably more likely or not certainties, but certainties. And then in the midfield, there's probably 2 or 3 dudes. But, Clayton Oliver could just average 120 for the rest of the year and capture one of those spots. I guess it is a bit of an open...
When you said 2 or 3 dudes, do you mean 20 or 30 dudes?
No, I mean, you put Tom Mitchell and McRae and those guys as top 8 midfielders, but then the other 6 spots are probably wide open.
Yeah, right.
My AFL fantasy team, I don't know why, but I just... Not motivationally, but I just lost a lot of the gusto right now. It's been a grind. I was looking at how it's gone wrong, and we'll actually start talking fantasy footy and not just our shitty teams in a minute. But the first couple of weeks, Josh Kelly's injury, Zach Merritt's shitty scores, I traded in Gary Ablett, who then got injured
that week
in the first week, and then I traded in Dangerfield over McRae. I literally flipped a coin between the two. Anyway. Yeah, there's a couple of things that clearly went wrong for me. And if they went all right, then I might have been in a bit of a better spot for the buys, which would put me in a better spot now. Probably, only 2 or 3 better upgrades, but those 2 or 3 could change everything.
Makes or breaks the season.
Imagine if I picked McRae over Danger, my ranking would be halved. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. Speaking of Danger, he, as I mentioned, can now be added to your forward line. You are not an owner. Luckily, I am. I was able to take his 150 to the bank last Thursday night. Pretty stoked with that, but he was on thin ice, and there might have been some coaches that axed him that week. So hopefully you're not one of those people, but where do you see him as a must-have in the forwards? Is he right now number 1, do you think?
Yeah, I think Westhoff and Smith, just because they have been more reliable this year, but I think Danger will probably hit his straps now, and I think also, I think he's probably the third bloke for me. Yeah, and he probably will be the number 1 forward, but it's just a bit more risky.
I agree 100% with everything you said, because I think in a couple of weeks he'll start to hit his stride and maybe put up a couple of big scores. But the reason that he's got forward status is because he's been playing like a forward, and he's scoring like a forward. So I haven't been able to watch many of the Cats games in the last few weeks, but hopefully I can tune in this week and see just exactly how his positional shift is looking. But with the exception of Danger, no real dual positioners that mattered.
Yeah, that's right, because I forgot that was last week. It feels like it was 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah,
there was a few Stefan Giro, Myercheck, Ed Richards, a few emergencies that people would have gained an extra position. Narkle, I don't know, I'm forgetting one or two, but
flipping
it does. It definitely helped me. It was allowed me to essentially this week, but I could have maybe done it otherwise. But yeah, because of Giro's position, I was able to plug and play a little bit. So yeah, with the exception of I think a couple of those rookies in danger, there wasn't a lot really to talk about with regards to dual positioners.
Yeah, just move on. I'll get danger in midfield. Not midfield, my forward line in the next couple of weeks. It might actually even work out this week. The way. Well,
speaking with your forward line, another player that you've got to, he has been named. Another player you've got to try and suss out is Robbie Gray.
Yeah. I'm still not sure. He's lost so much money.
It's not a lot you can get.
I'm not like I need to get him out because I'm losing money. It's like it's gone now. So
he's at his floor price.
I'm gonna just wait. Like he's probably gonna sit on my bench this week as an emergency. Well, no, he'll come on. But honestly, I'd probably back Willie Rioli there against the Dogs to. Probably
well, that's true. The Eagles seem like they're in for a field day against the Dogs.
Yeah, hence why I've been thinking about bringing a couple of West Coast boys in. So hopefully
before we discuss our trades very quickly, let's just talk teams.
Actually, I was good with selections.
Yeah, same. I think most people were.
Yeah. Smith, who I thought would miss, Heron in.
Yep.
Robbie Gray actually playing. So, other than the one, Stevie Hill was the one that burnt me. Like, it won't have burnt anyone else. That was just me being an idiot.
There's a couple of dudes that, like Josh, you got Battle, the Saints bloke? Josh Battle?
I traded him out a couple of weeks ago.
There's dudes like him, and Sam Murray's back. Remember that bloke?
He started like a house on fire, didn't he?
Don't know what happened.
He got dropped, right?
Bucks dropped him, and he's been out in the twos for the last 2 months.
It bloody worked for Bucks, didn't it? That was
maybe it was. I was very happy to see Joel Smith named. A relevant bloke. He's worth about 260 grand on my bench.
He's in my backline too, so I was stoked.
So that was dope. Oh, how have we not talked about the big dog though? As everyone's, I think he's actually the second most owned player in AFL Fantasy, and that's Darcy Cameron.
Oh, yeah.
Named for his debut.
Finally, mate.
He has been toiling away for like the last 2 or 3 years. I thought he was going to get a gig. Yeah, but congrats, Darcy.
Yeah, he's been great in the twos. Like he should have got called up weeks ago for mine. Like I guess it's unfortunate for him that Sinclair's had the year he has.
Yeah.
Because honestly,
you're right. Actually, Sinclair's been balling.
He's been okay. Like he's had those.
He'll probably finish inside the top 5 for rucks in fantasy points. He'll be a fifth, I reckon.
Yeah, I think he will too. So, but still, there's a huge drop off after those first 3 rucks, though. You know, like
Toddy Goldstein's got something to say about it.
But the last few weeks. But then it goes to Goldstein with Sinclair.
True.
So I'm glad Darcy's got a game. Perfect for me because I chopped McInerney out last week. So it's like a perfect transition.
Yeah, I got rid of him a couple of weeks ago and threw Abbott into the last ruck spot. So seeing another green dot.
He's still emergency.
Yeah,
as well, so.
If Abbott plays, I think, which he's not. I don't even think he's in an extended bench. But
he is. He's an
emergency. Oh, is he? If he plays, I think I have 30 playing. Oh no, Dylan Clark. I got 29 playing this week. Then
I'm getting closer. I was pleasantly surprised because I was thinking with this Hiller out. I was like, I've got to make a move there. But actually, both my emergencies are playing. So I realistically could hold and go some forward line and a midfielder or whatever I want to do.
There's a lot of options that you got based on a couple of tricky outs. So, it's going to depend a little bit on your best potential bench replacement maybe.
Yeah, that's it. But, it's an interesting time. It's a good selection week for a lot of people, particularly.
It could be a very interesting look back on week. And see if a couple of people made a move that elevated them or stuffed them up. One of the biggest fantasy topics of this week, though, has been James Sicily busting his wrist. I can't remember. I think it's wrist.
Yeah, wrist, 6 weeks.
6 weeks. So pretty much out for the fantasy season.
Which is a broken wrist. That's what. Yeah. Isn't it? Is that what it is? 6 weeks wrist injury. It's got to be a broken wrist.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyway.
Whatever he's done, he's not going to be relevant to fantasy sides. We don't have him. I think over a quarter of the league does though.
Nearly got him last week.
I nearly got him about 5 weeks, I reckon. I've been
every single week for the last 10 weeks, you're like, Sicily, I reckon I'm grabbing him this week, and then you'll do your little last minute change.
Yeah, which I'm probably destined to do again this week. But anyway, like I said, we don't have the sick dog, but Who do you think is the number one replacement if you could pick from the defender bunch to grab for Sicily?
Assuming most people have Simpson, Lloyd, Laird, and maybe Sicily, although a lot of people have Sicily up forward as well.
True. Let's look at some defensive choices and then maybe one or two in the forward line.
It's Brayshaw. If you don't have him, I reckon he is arguably the best back in the league at the moment.
Yeah, I said that in my Dream Team article this week.
He's scoring as well as Rory Laird. So he's come in this year and he's been explosive. So you wonder if he's maybe got a higher ceiling it'll be interesting.
I said that Laird and Brayshaw are all like level pegging. You might just pick Brayshaw because he saves you about 15, 20 grand.
Yeah.
And Brayshaw could end as the best defender. I think those two they separate themselves from the comp. Then I've got Yowie, Lloyd, and then right there is like Whitfield and Kate Simpson.
It feels to me that those blokes you mentioned, with the exception of Brayshaw, all the really good players have those 6 in the back and just don't even move. So hopefully, if you don't have Brayshaw, go in. Who else have back?
Hurley's a good downgrade choice. Alex Witherden from Brisbane I like as well. Yeah. So there's a few options there.
A couple, but it's not.
In the forward line as well, it's a bit of like I said, you can almost throw a blanket over who the best forwards are.
I mean, if you don't have Danger, it's a good time to grab him. But there's a couple of like
Westhoff, like we mentioned,
growth options up forward. Up back there is just nothing. You're like, this guy could have a few big games up with the forwards, but I really don't know up back. It's pretty tough.
It's a bit scarce. Like I said, though, it's so tough to pinpoint just exactly like who's the best in these positions. But we're starting to get a clear picture at the moment. All right. This has gone on probably longer than we thought it would already, but everyone loves fantasy, so thank you for listening through so far. My trades this week, I think I'm going to get O'Royden in and get rid of Rice. However, I might, like you and I were talking about the other night, I might just go right down to a basement person. I might just get Nate Freeman in and do a little bit of swapping around so that I can just save that extra 30k. Because if I can do that with a couple of downgrade targets, there's only 5 or 6 weeks left, so it doesn't really matter. Try and save, maximise that money.
Yeah, just get rid of those. Get rid of your bench players.
If I got 2 bench players in one spot, I don't need 2 bench players in one spot. Like I think I've called upon a bench player twice the entire year, so
I can't remember grabbing one.
Thanks, Kate Simpson.
Yeah, thanks for that.
But Freeman, O'Royden, one of those dudes, and then at the moment it's locked in from Matty Guelphy to Luke Shuey.
Yeah.
I've toyed with doing Luke Ryan to Brayshaw, and at the moment those two are right up against each other. Okay. But I think getting rid of a rookie first makes sense. Luke Ryan is still priced at a good amount. I think his break-even's quite high because of a couple of crappy scores, but hopefully he scores well against the Bombers. I think we got the Hawks after that, so he gets a couple of good games, and then I have a hunch I'll have to pull the trigger on either him or Cade Simpson in the next couple of weeks to get Brayshaw. So, Guelphy to Shuey for mine.
Yeah, okay.
You, on the other hand, got to be a little bit more creative.
I do. Hilly out really. Well, it doesn't hamstring me. I would still probably like to get him out.
Who are your bench choices to cover Hilly?
Heron, who's a dud, and Smith, who's solid.
The D's do?
Yeah, so I'm not totally upset with that. I'd rather perhaps maybe upgrade a forward with decent coverage in my back line because I got no one coming off the bench in the forward line. Like, it's either Willie or it might be Robbie Gray this week. Who knows? So I'd like at least, if I'm going to upgrade somewhere, it's probably forward, not back for me.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I'll do a bit of flipping around, but I might bring Danger in and see if there's some way I can just swing for Shuey. Because Shuey is my...
Who would be your outs? Gray and...
No, Hill and...
Hill and...
Hill and really whoever I want. I'm thinking about Guelphy or something.
Oh, because have you saved up quite a bit of dough?
I think I have about 100 grand in the bank off the top. So
right.
if I trade, say, Guelphy and Hill, I'll have $1 million. So I can grab Danger and a nice rookie, or Shuey and another mid-range forward who looks like
you might be able to sneak Shuey and Billings in.
No, I couldn't quite get them. Yeah. But someone just under that, around that 5-10 mark, I might be able to get a bloke who's on the up. So coming back from injury or something. I'm not 100% sure. It's really up in the air at this point. So good luck trying to edit this podcast video later.
To try and crop in the little images of who you're trading in.
I'm sure whoever's image you put up, it's going to be a cracker. So,
all right.
Yeah, you have a bit of fun with that one, mate.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, pretty standard. I think this might be the week, touch wood, that I lock in Matt Guelphy to Luke Shuey, and the trade I'm saying on the video is the actual trade that I'm going to do.
I tell you what, mate, I think that Shuey trade is the way to go. I've been saying it for a few weeks, and you've kind of come round after some good performances. Like you went through the numbers earlier. He had that one game where he got injured, had the 50 coming back from that, but other than that, hasn't gone under 80 all but one game, which was like a 78.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, his resume speaks for itself. I had him last year.
He gets contested.
That's the thing, is he gets contested posies, and with Gaff firing the way that he is, I reckon that they're
That's it.
I think I said on the recap on Monday, Tuesday, whenever I recorded it, that Shuey will be the number one traded in bloke this week.
He should be.
But yeah, that's kind of what I meant. He's not even in the top 10 on the website, so
it's crazy.
Low ownership, ticks the boxes, low break even. Healthy run home, because the other dude, just before I wrap up, I was considering was Rory Sloane.
So was I.
And a lot of people are getting him in this week. But the Crows' run home is, as we talked about on our sit down, it's not the smoothest. I think they'll still make finals and they'll be okay. And Sloane will probably average 100, 105 from here on out. But yeah, I'm a little bit cautious of bringing in Rory.
Yeah. For anyone who did listen, for anyone who was wondering, I was going to go. Sloane and Shuey in.
Oh, that's right.
Neil and Pendle's out. So like a double downgrade, but really not a downgrade at all. Because Neil's got a shocking run. Like
the Dockers run after this week, not great.
Yeah, and Collingwood aren't looking convincing, and Pendle's is having a down few weeks. So.
I might have jinxed him in my Dream Team Talk article from round 17. I looked and I said, I can't remember what it was. I was like,
Mr. Consistent.
Yeah, I was like, he's consistent. And he was like, you watch him drop a stinker and then he's 70. So, sorry, boys. My bad. Before we go, got to give some birthday shout-outs.
Good on you, mate.
I've been pretty hopeless in trying to remember to do these, but Lamarcus Aldridge's birthday today.
Oh, yeah, I did.
You a LA fan?
Yeah, I've always liked him.
Yeah, I liked him in Portland more than San Antonio, but I like Lamarcus.
Yeah, I think everyone would probably be in that boat, except for San Antonio fans.
True. You a Benedict Cumberbatch fan?
Oh yeah, huge talent.
I agree. I never really got in on him. I don't know why. I guess I just didn't watch a lot of his movies.
Did you like Doctor Strange?
But that's what I was going to say. I watched Doctor Strange and I was like, oh, Cumberbatch is amazing. There was another one that
He's Smaug in The Hobbit.
Yeah. What was the other recent movie? Oh, it would have been a year or two ago that he was in. Anyway, you
didn't give me much information there, mate.
Yeah, what's the movie that Cumberbatch has been in? It's his birthday anyway, so happy birthday, mate.
Bridge of Spies?
That might have been the one.
Something like
it was one of he was working something World War II, German War, something. Happy birthday to Mark Murphy, Toronto time, because it's technically still the 19th here, so happy birthday to Murph. But in Australia, it's the 20th, and it's David Mundy's birthday, so right up there as one of my favourite all-time Dockers. Will probably finish in the top 5. Might be upseated by a future superstar, but yeah, I love Dave Mundy, so
big fan.
Arguably, most clutch kick in the game for mine. Like Luke Shuey's up there as well.
I wouldn't say Shuey is, because he had that one awesome clutch goal, but it doesn't make him clutch.
Nah, but he's usually pretty good in the clutch scenarios.
I mean, whatever.
Eagles got a couple of dudes like that, but yeah. Happy birthday, Davey. Last one, John Jones, Bones Jones, had a coloured career in the UFC MMA arena, but I was always big on his actual fighting talent, so yeah.
That time he got out of that armbar.
It would be awesome.
Refused to give up.
It would have been awesome if, like a couple of years ago, when he looked like he'd started to turn the corner, if he actually did turn the corner. Yeah.
There's a lot of those in the sporting
world. What if, say?
Natanui might end up being one of those.
Oh, God. How did we go the whole... Actually, it's funny you say that, because there was a section to talk about Natanui in there, but I'd actually drawn a line through it and was meant to make the joke, because on Sunday when we sat down to talk about it, we skipped over the whole section. We're like, the Natanui injury, but no, worry about it, he'll be okay. Poor bugger. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, rating and review on iTunes if you're listening there. Otherwise, thank you for joining, JLo.
No worries, mate.
Good luck in round 18, everyone. Till next time. Peace.